Hello everyone, welcome to this series on literary theories. And in this video, we are going to discuss the first part of the formalist approach to literary criticism. Introduction. The formalist approach to literary criticism focuses on intrinsic elements of a text, emphasizing the importance of its form, structure, and language over external contexts such as the author's biography or historical background. This method of analysis seeks to understand how a literary work's formal features contribute to its meaning and artistic impact. In this video, we will explore the key aspects of formalist approach using the example of a poem and outline the methodology of formalist analysis, highlighting its significance in literary criticism. Reading a poem. The formalist approach. To illustrate the formalist approach, consider the following poem, presented without knowledge of its author or era of composition. A slumber did my spirit seal, I had no human fears. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly years. No motion has she now, no force. She neither hears nor seas, rolled round in earth's diurnal course, with rocks and stones and trees. At first glance, the poem appears simple and easy to grasp. The speaker, a persona whose identity remains unspecified, reflects on a past state of mind where a female figure seemed timeless and impervious to the effects of time. However, the present reality reveals her death, expressed through indirect statements. The formalist analysis focuses on the poem's language, structure, and literary devices to uncover its deeper meaning. Initial interpretation and structural analysis. The poem's straightforward language, dominated by monosyllabic words and a regular meter, creates a sense of classic restraint and control. The alternating soft and strong syllables, along with the predictable rhyme scheme, contribute to a rhythmic monotony that enhances the emotional impact of the poem. This regularity is disrupted by the irony and paradox within the poem. The speaker's initial confidence in the eternal life of the female figure contrasts sharply with the reality of her death. Irony and paradox. The poem's emotional impact largely stems from the tightly stated irony and paradox. The speaker's earlier belief in the female figure's immortality is shattered by her death. This shift from life to death is subtly conveyed through the contrast between the two stanzas. The first stanza reflects the speaker's past assurance, while the second stanza reveals the stark reality of the female figure's demise. The slumber that initially suggested peaceful rest now signifies the eternal sleep of death, and the spirit, once associated with life, now hints at the finality of death. Imagery and symbolism. The poem's use of imagery and symbolism further enriches its texture. The references to sleep and sensory perceptions in the first stanza transform into the unfeeling death described in the second stanza. The female figure, once vibrant and dynamic, is now compared to inert objects like rocks, stones, and trees. This transformation is encapsulated in the poem's language, where the word thing initially seemed innocuous but later underscores her reduced lifeless state. Sensory references and metric variations. The poem's sensory references, touch, feel, motion, hearing, and seeing, highlight the transition from life to death. The use of negative words like no, neither, and not in the second stanza emphasizes the absence of these senses. Additionally, the poem's metric variations, such as the spondee in rolled round, break the monotonous rhythm and draw attention to the forced motion of the inert body. These formal elements contribute to poems' overall impact and meaning. The process of formalist analysis. Formalist analysis involves a meticulous examination of text's language, structure, and literary devices. The process begins with a close reading, focusing on the denotative and connotative meanings of words. Structural relationships and patterns, such as the relationship between stanzas, mood shifts, and plot elements, are identified and analyzed. This method also considers the interplay of images, symbols, and themes within the text. Connotative meanings and symbols. In formalist analysis, connotative meanings and symbols play a crucial role. Objects and words with symbolic value are examined for their deeper associations and patterns. For instance, the repeated use of sibilant sounds in the poem initially suggests quiet contentment but evokes a mournful tone. Similarly, the word thing evolves from a neutral term to a symbol of lifelessness, contrasting with the vibrant imagery of the first stanza. Sequence and climax. Understanding the sequence of events and the narrative climax is essential in formalist analysis. The poem's shift from the lively depiction of the female figure to her inert state creates a sense of closure and fulfillment of expectations. This structural arrangement highlights the poem's thematic contrast and enhances its emotional resonance. Internal logic and form. A key aspect of formalist analysis is identifying the internal logic and form of a literary work. By examining the relationships between words, phrases, metaphors, images, and symbols, critics uncover the text's inherent structure. This internal coherence allows readers to appreciate the artistic accomplishment of the work independent of external factors. Becoming a close reader. To become an effective close reader in the formalist tradition, one must pay attention to various elements of the text, including structure, interplay, denotations, connotations, contexts, images, symbols, repeated details, and rhythmic patterns. This comprehensive approach ensures a thorough understanding of the text's form and its contribution to the overall meaning. Conclusion. The formalist approach to literary criticism offers a valuable method for analyzing literature by focusing on its intrinsic elements. Through close reading and detailed analysis, this approach reveals the complexities of a text's form, structure, and language, providing deeper insights into its meaning and artistic impact. By emphasizing the importance of internal coherence and formal elements, the formalist approach enhances our appreciation of literature as a self-contained work of art. So this was the discussion on the first part of the formalist approach to literary criticism. We will meet in the next video and discuss its next part. Until then, goodbye and thank you.